Started.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Thank you so much for taking out time for this session and to have a number of discussions over here. It's not a training, it's not it's not a session where we are going to teach anything to anyone. It's only a discussion. So I will be completely open to any of the discussions or suggestions or criticism that you might be having. In the beginning of the session, I would like to have a number of general guidelines for teachers. Even this is for myself first, and then I'm sharing with you as well. And then we will go a bit into the Quranic perspective and other things that we are having in Madrasah. Though we are having Brother Adil over here, who is going to teach fiqh. But I would say you take note of the Quranic discussion as well. So tomorrow, if need be, you can take the Quranic class. So in the beginning, I would like to start with the ayah of Quran, Surah Tawbah, ayah number 122, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلولا نفر من كل فرقة منهم طائفة ليتفقهوا في الدين ولينذروا قومهم إذا رجعوا إليهم لعلهم يحذرون. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps it as an obligation for each and every community, that from within every community there has to be one group of the people whose responsibility, ta'ifa, you are the ta'ifa, the teachers of a community are this ta'ifa, this ayah is talking about. Their responsibility is liyatafaqahu. Liyatafaqahu has been taken from fiqh. Fiqh means deeper understanding, deeper knowledge of something. Fiqh does not necessarily mean the practical rulings that we are referring to. Fiqh basically means, literally means knowledge of everything. So when somebody is faqih in literal sense, it is like he is a faqih or she is a faqih about every aspect of religion. But later on the term fiqh has been used more about the practical rulings. That is why right now if you say fiqh, it is going towards the practical rulings of like halal and haram, etc. At one time even theology was a part of fiqh. At one time even akhlaq was a part of fiqh. So as you can see, this is liyatafaqahu is the fi'l amr. It's a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for each and every one of us that in religion, in religion we have to become the expert. And what is the purpose of becoming expert? لِيُنْذِرُوا قَوْمَهُمْ إِذَا رَجَعُوا إِلَيْهِ. So when you become the expert, you go back to your community, your nation, and you invite them to the good and the right path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لِيُنْذِرُوا literally means to warn them. But basically, warn will include over here both positive and negative aspects. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَحْذَرُونَ. So the people can come towards the awareness of religion. Now inshallah I will cover 5 points over here today just to support the idea. Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wa salam, he says, Qala li Abu Abdullah, the Rabbi says, Imam Sadiq told me, Man ta'allama al-ilma wa amila bihi wa 'allama lillah du'iya fi malakuti samawati 'azima. Whoever teaches, whoever learns and teaches the ilm for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is reaching to a point where the malaika, malakuti samawati wal samawati, who are the people who are living in malakut, these are the malaika. Malaika are going to do dua for you. So alhamdulillah, you are the teachers and you are the ones, malaika are doing dua for you. So we are happy, I'm happy that I'm sitting with you because you are the special people. Malaika are doing dua for you. So the very first thing that we as a teacher, I need to keep in my mind is that the term that Imam Sadiq uses, and even inshallah I'll refer to one of the segments from the Risalatul Hukuk of Imam Sajjad, where he says a person who's becoming teacher, the right of that muta'allim, that student who's sitting in front of you, is that you teach for Allah. When I'm entering into Madrasah, it's not only the teachers who are having the rights to be respected, to have attention of the people, to be having many of the other special statuses. No, it is also that the students who are sitting in front of you, they are having rights. What are the rights of this? People who are sitting in front of you for ilm. These students are over here, so they are seeking ilm from you. You need to know, Imam Sajjad is telling us that you need to know أن الله قد جعلك لهم. أن الله قد جعلك. It is not you who selected to become a teacher. It is not the Madrasah management who selected you as a teacher. It is not the Jama'at who selected. أن الله جعلك. Allah has selected you as a teacher. Allah has selected me as a teacher. The moment I keep this segment of the riwayah of Imam Sajjad in my mind, that when I'm entering into Madrasah, it is not like I'm entering for any other person, any other reason, any other purpose. It is like Allah has selected me. Sikandar, you wake up over there, you get dressed, you go to Madrasah, you teach the people. I'm not teaching for anyone, I'm not teaching for the management, I'm not teaching for the administration, I'm teaching for Allah because He has made me to go over there. If I'm late for Madrasah, I'm late for Allah. If I'm, let's say, good for, I'm having good communication, I'm having good communication for Allah, communication for Allah. If I'm successful for Allah. If I'm having any positive aspect in the class, I'm positive for Allah. If I'm ruining the class, I'm ruining for Allah. So what type of relationship or what type of performance I want to have for Allah would decide that what performance I'm going to have in my madrasa, in my class, in my school. Because He's selecting me. We can think of many of the coincidences. Okay, I was free, all of a sudden there was a call, etc. These are only excuses. It is Allah who made that person to call you, and He made your timings. And many times you have free time, but you say no. Many of the people have free times, but they have said no. Many of the people are having free time, but they are not willing to teach. They are not having the capability to teach. But you have the capability. That means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given it to you. وَوَلَّاكَ مِنْ خَزَانَةِ الْحِكْمَةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you the vilayat of that khazana, that treasure of hikmah, of wisdom. Because when you are standing over here as a teacher, you are the wise person, because if you don't have the hikmah, you won't be able to teach. So this hikmah is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَإِنْ أَحْسَنْتَ فِي مَا وَاللَّهِ. If you are doing good with regards to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you as authority to it. This knowledge is an authority. You are having authority of this. You are conveying it to the students. If you are doing good with regards to this authority, مِنْ ذَلِكَ وَقُمْتَ بِهِ, and you are standing for it firmly. قُمْتَ بِهِ لَهُمْ مَقَامَ الْخَازِنِ الشَّفِيقِ النَّاصِحِ لِمَوْلَى. You will become that khazin, that treasurer, who is shafiq, who's very merciful, who's concerned about the students, who's thinking about the students, and nasih, who's also giving the admonishment. Limawla, the people who you are having the authority and guardianship upon. والصابر المحتسب الذي إذا رأى ذا حاجة أخرج له من الأموال. These are examples that you are becoming like a person who's very patient person. The moment he sees someone is in need of something, he would take out the money. So a person who's giving a money in the road to a person, he is already sabir, nasih, shafiq. He's concerned about people. You are also doing the same. When you are coming to the teaching classroom, you are entering into the classroom, you are as if you are giving your wealth to someone else. This is your wealth, the knowledge is your wealth. And then Imam goes on, at the end he says, وَإِلَّا, if you are not doing so, this is very important. If you are not doing so, خَائِنًا, you will become a kha'in, you will become a zalim. What does it mean? You will do the khiyana, you will betray. See over here? Otherwise, they have betrayed God. Teachers have betrayed God if they are not doing justice to what they are teaching. Wrong God's creatures. These students are the creatures that have been given to you as a responsibility, but some of the times we do mistakes. Very quickly, I don't want to make it a majlis over here. Number two, that we need to, so the number one point that I need to consider, I as a teacher, firstly I need to consider is that I am here in Madrasah not for anything else but for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm here because I want to teach for Allah. If I'm doing good for Allah, doing bad for Allah. So this khulus should be there. Number two, the uswa. Teachers are uswa. So they can't separate their teaching phase from their practical lives. When you are stepping out of the madrasa, you are still teacher. When you are inside madrasa, you are still teacher. You are going to the supermarket, you are teacher. You are going to the office, you are teacher. You are teacher of a specific institution which is having another layer of respect, which is religious layer. So you can't separate these two. You can't have a dual personality. So when you are outside of the madrasa, you are still a teacher. Students are looking at you. Students are imitating from you. Your one step can make and change their life. Your one left or right can change their life. You must have seen those videos where people are just about to enter the masjid with left foot, but all of a sudden they do the right one. This one action can change the life of a student. He must be looking at you from far. But it can change. He will come to you. He will ask you, Kambar bhai, why you did so? You will tell him because of the respect of the masjid, because this is how our teachings are. It can change their life. So you are uswa, you are a role model. Doesn't matter you are inside the madrasa or outside of the madrasa. We need to have a holistic approach towards this sacred responsibility of being a teacher. That is why I would say teachers should be in a way who are not pretending to be teacher, who are always teacher. That means it's okay if I'm not the perfect teacher. It's okay if I'm an average teacher, but I have to be a real average teacher. Compared to pretending to be the perfect teacher, and then if I'm going out to the madrasa, I'll make another sort of decisions, etc. It is going to make confusion into the minds of the students. That's why being uswa is something very important. Sorry, these are the general guidelines for every teacher. Especially I'm telling about myself and people who might be listening to the video afterwards, which is being recorded. Number three, which is now more important for us, is contextualization of the syllabus. Many times the syllabus is in a standard which is not contextualized to us as people who are living in Mombasa, as members of the KSI Jamaat, for example, or as a member or a student of Hussaini Madrasah. There might be things which are very complicated, there might be things which are very easy. When I came from Iran over here, I was thinking the madrasa should be in a very lower level. But I found madrasa to be in a very higher level. I had prepared many of the forms, many of the content from before, but when I did the observations of madrasa, some of the classes, I found all the forms that I had prepared from before to be useless. So I started to prepare all content again. Why? Because madrasa was in a good level in terms of having the information, etc., etc. I'm not talking about like every aspect cannot be same, but in terms of having the information, madrasa was in a good level. My point is, if I'm having a book over here, which is written in UK, US, somewhere else, I don't know where, they must have understood the level of the people according to their understanding over there in UK. They can't see what is happening in Mombasa in Africa. But you are living over there, you are aware of the students who are sitting outside, who are within the community. You have to decide whether this thing should be more diluted into a lower level or it should be upgraded to a higher level. It is your decision to make it more contextualized. This is the responsibility of the teacher. Teacher should not come into the class and open the book like this. What is tajweed? Tajweed, the linguistic meaning is excellence and precision. In recitation of the Holy Quran, it means reciting the Holy Quran. So this thing can be done by the student itself. They can go into their homes and they can open the book and then read over there. You need to chew the food and then give them in a way they can eat in a proper manner. I remember I went through a number of trainings. In one of the trainings, Aghay Muhammad was my teacher, trainer. We were having lunch, though we don't have any refreshments today, but we were having lunch at that time for the training, and after the lunch they brought one watermelon. And Aghay Muhammad, he said, whoever can eat this watermelon, I will give him $50. So he said, yeah, I can eat it. He said, no, eat it the way it is. Don't make it into parts. Eat the whole watermelon. So all of us said, oh, you can't eat it. Then he made it into pieces, and he gave each one of us one piece. And he said, now eat it. We were about to eat. He said, no, wait. You have to eat with the peel. He said, we can't eat like that. He said, okay. So he took a knife and then he took out that red part of it. And then he said, see, when this red part is there, only that time you are ready to eat the watermelon. Otherwise you're saying it's not ready to eat. You know, the teacher is someone who's taking that watermelon, making it into parts, and taking the red part out of the peels and then giving it to the students. So if you are not doing so, this is the watermelon itself. This is now into parts. You need to take it and then give it to the students. Okay. Very quickly to the fourth point, which is Akhir Zaman. It should be under any of the previous points, but I have presented it separately because it is very, very important. Nowadays the challenges are very different. We are having social media on one hand, and we are having many of the new, new denominations, new inclinations within our Shia school of thought. Within our Shia Ithna Ashari school of thought, I won't name over here, but all of us are aware that within us, even in Mombasa society, we are having a number of people who are inclined towards people who are very similar to their mindset is very similar to the Wahhabism. And it's not only the group that is active, there is a group which is active about the Islamic Batini. Islamic Batini is the internal or introvert religion, which promotes that you need to be a very good person from inside. The appearance is not that important. So the more you go into it, you will find out that they will not give very importance to many of the apparent practices and rulings that we are having in Islam. They are more focusing. You be good in your heart. You be good in your mind. Even if you are making mistakes, they are promoting mistakes by saying that it's okay if you are making mistakes. Anyhow, we have recently, like 2-3 days back, one person was sharing with me another type of new thought, new set of thinking. You are aware many of the YouTube channels and many of the people are active for Imam Zamana. Like they are claiming to be Imam Mahdi. And they are becoming big and big day by day. This is also a challenge that we need to tackle. So in a collective manner, my point is, Akhir Zaman is something which is having different challenges. Please have this in mind that you need to pay it as a pay different and special importance to it. That your students might be having many of the challenges. If you have this in your mind, you will easily relate their variations. If you don't have this in mind, variations will be very normal thing for you. And finally, we are talking about the discipline in the Madrasah, inshallah. I'm requesting each and alhamdulillah, we are disciplined and I'm expecting more discipline for the Madrasah classes, inshallah. We are having the WhatsApp group, so in our, you must be part of a WhatsApp group by now. So the class that you are teaching, there is a structure for the teachers that they need to send a report after the class. This structure is there only for the teachers who are teaching Tarbiyah and the Fiqh and the Quranic sciences. But for the Quran recitation and Tajweed, it's not there. But I would appreciate if you are also putting some efforts for that, inshallah. But Ghulam Ali Bhai will guide us more about this. Whether for the Tajweed teacher it's necessary to send a message or not. There will be regular meetings for the teachers, inshallah. We'll try to make more meetings happen. In previous year we had lesser meetings where we can discuss many of the things, inshallah. Relatively, this is what I wanted to express and explain over here. The book that Quran recitation is going to use from class 6 onwards is this one. So so like I said before, we are having 2 syllabuses in our Madrasah with regards to Quran. One syllabus is TQC, which is going to be explained by Ghulam Ali Bhai. Ghulam Ali Bhai will also talk about how we can transit from Indo-Pak Quran to Usman Taha. His discussion is very important because in Madrasah, alhamdulillah, we are 70-80% with Usman Taha now. From the very first day, we tried to make it more like Usman Taha should be our common, the syllabus instead of Indo-Pak Quran. Now the challenge is that from class 1 to 5, we are having one syllabus. From class 6 onwards, since that TQC is not on a yearly basis, it is more on a level basis. That's why they don't have more than 5 levels. They have 5 advanced, the last level, yeah? Correct me if I'm not, because it is new for me as well. We recently had received this syllabus of TQC, which is also prepared by our MC of Boja Federation. And we are trying our best to cope with the new syllabus, and we want to make that as a main syllabus of ours. So recitation, tajweed is going to be based on that, but in the classes where we don't have the same syllabus, we are using the previous Al-Qissa curriculum, Al-Qissa Quran curriculum. Al-Qissa has another curriculum which is Steps to Perfection. We don't go towards that curriculum. We are using this curriculum for class 6 onwards. Now this curriculum is having 4 major segments. One is Quran recitation. One is how to read Quran, which is tajweed. The third one is living with the Quran or Quran quest. These are same thing, so we call it living with the Quran. And the fourth one is hadith and dua. Yes, hadith and dua segment is very brief. Living with the Quran is the major part. On the other side, recitation and tajweed is the major part. So I'm just opening over here every book in the first here. As you can see, this is the breakdown of this. Don't look at the minutes that they have suggested, 5, 15, 15, 5. No, we are having our own structure for that. We are having 20 minutes on a daily basis for Quran. So our Monday goes 40 minutes Tarbiyah, 20 minutes Quran. Skipping Tuesday, I'm coming to Wednesday first. Wednesday 40 minutes Tarbiyah, 20 minutes Quran. Friday 40 minutes fiqh, 20 minutes Quran. Tuesday is all Quran but 40 minutes living with the Quran, and expected is 20 minute recitation of Quran. When I say recitation of Quran, it includes tajweed, recitation and hifz. Everyone is with me now? Any confusion?
The 20 minutes includes the hifz as well.
Sorry?
The 20 minutes includes hifz as well.
Yeah, includes hifz as well. How we are dividing it? We are dividing it like this. Monday only recitation. We are not even getting into any tajweedi rules. Wednesday,
You can have recitation without rule.
no, rules have been said, but we are focusing on rhythmic recitation rather than, we will say, for example, if you are reciting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, somebody says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, you say no, it's Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. But I won't explain why it's Bismillah. I'm saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You say it's Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So it is Rah, you will say. But why it's Rah, you won't go into the details. There is a Ha, there is a Ha, no. You will say, just recite Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. That's okay, this is Monday. Now we are coming to Wednesday. Wednesday is more of an explanation of the Tajweedi rules. Then we are not reciting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, we are talking about Ha today. As an example, yeah, Bismillah you can recite. As an example, you can give some examples of Quran where they might be reciting, because you are having a very less time. 20 minutes is not that much. And you are having big number of the students in some of the classes. So Wednesday you are going into the details of tajweed. Okay, these are the Nun Sakira. Nun Sakira has 4 different things. Ahkam huruf is this, Ahkam mim is this, etc. You are going into the details of tajweed. Supposedly on Friday, that 20 minutes has to happen for hifz. Hifz, either ayat of Quran or hifz hadith as well. We have a number of hadith at the end. See, this is the sorry, this is Quran Azkar. Okay, they have presented Azkar over in some of the books. In some of the books, they have presented the Hadith as well. As you can see, the short Hadiths are there at the end of the book. So, this is how we are structuring our week. We are having 4 days a week. Monday, 40 minutes Tarbiyah, not concerned with you. 20 minutes is concerned with you. Practically speaking, it is concerned with you. So you are teaching on Monday, 20 minutes, only recitations. So you are coming to the class, you are asking the students to open their Qurans. Quran is all in Nusmata. They will be starting to recite. My request would be that we try to make it as involving as possible. I'm talking based on the prior experience. With the Malims, the problem is that Malims are doing one-to-one classes. So what they do is, it can happen even with us. It's not about Malims. Anyone can have the similar methodology. And I'm not criticizing the methodology. Sometimes it is effective, but it is effective on an individual level. What happens is, Malim is sitting over here, or I'm sitting over here, I'm calling Abbas, you come over here and start reciting. So I'm sitting over here, my Quran is in front of me, Abbas is coming over here, his Quran is in front of him, and now other students are speaking to each other. So I am focused over here. Bismillah. Allahumma innahu laysa li ilmun bi mawdi'i rizqi. So I'm focused over here. What other students are doing, I'm not aware. They are playing, they are making noise, this and that. So class will be one-to-one then. But our class has 10 people over here. So how to manage the 10 people class? Based on the experience in Ramadan, we found that it is better to have 3 students with you and make other students into groups. So all of us together are going forward, because many of the students might be strong in terms of recitation. Every class has a number of students who are good at recitation, a number of who are very weak at recitation. So what we try to do is, we keep, if there are 3 good reciters, we keep into each group 1 good reciter. This is what I am doing practically. So I'm recommending you can try the same as well. So everyone is involved with the recitation. They are not playing, they are not busy with something else. So I'm inviting one person over here, and I'm asking 2 other people to listen to him whilst I'm also listening. So he's reciting Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. These 2 people are listening to him and finding the mistakes. A group of 3 people are sitting over there. One of them is good reciter. They are also involved in the recitation. A group of 3 people are sitting over there. They are involved in the recitation. They are also having one good reciter who is somehow guiding them. So this is how all of them on Monday can be busy in the class at the same time. 20 minutes will be very, very beneficial with this methodology. This is what I understood. If you suggest another methodology or you experience another methodology, please let us. Wednesday is Tajweed. Tajweed is like everybody should be listening to you. You are explaining on the board, etc. For Tajweed, books till 4 and 5 have many rules. But later on in 6, you will be having very lesser Tajweedi rules explained over here. So what we do is, we can take help of other books. We are having a number of other books, and even we are having some printed books as well. If you can see, so for example, over here, this is a collective like 11, 12 lessons package, where we are having different Arabic alphabets, pronunciations, for example. You are having huruf al-muqatta'at rulings, for example. You are having short and long vowels, for example. You are having over here sukoon, for example, nune accentuation, tashdeed, for example, over here. And then you are having mad over here. So what you can do is, when your class is there, the books are available in administration room or in the staff room. You can easily go and collect whatever book you are more convenient with. If you want to explain a particular ruling which is not there in your book, you can just go through the book. We will share with you the PDF of the books. If you found that there is no ruling in the book, or you found your students are in need of a particular ruling, next week or next day you can bring that book and explain to them with the book. Majorly what we do is, we are expecting you to explain on the board, so people like students are not having these books. We are explaining to them and we are getting the point, that's it. We are not going for the different terms and terminology, etc. Rather, we want them to recite correctly, even if they are not understanding the name of that particular ruling. We are done with this. So Monday is clear for us, Wednesday is clear for us. Now coming to the Friday. Friday is having 40 minutes of fiqh and 20 minutes of hifz. Our purpose of putting hifz as a syllabus is that we want our students to get aware of hifz methodology, and that's it. We don't want them to become a Hafiz of Quran through, because it is not practical. In 20 minutes you can't make them do the hifz of anything. If they are doing wonderful, so you set a limit, like you say, so we had presented this idea to many of the teachers that we are looking for, let's say, 5 pages in a term. Even if they are not able to do the 5 pages of hifz, we are still okay with it. Why? Because we want them to know how the hifz is being done. Now, what is the outcome of this? Outcome is that out of 10 students, there will be 1 to 2 people who might get interested to go for a specific course for hifz. That is what we want to understand. Who are those 2 people? But we will not get those 2 people. I know, for example, for now, the people who are willing to do the hifz. For example, Lais Muhammad. I sat with the father even. He is willing to do the hifz. But we did not know until we went through the classes and we sat with them. For example, if you ask me from other people who are having good skills in hifz, but they are not aware whether they can do hifz or not, I would name, for example, Muhammad Mustafa Kakku and Muhammad Abbas Kakku. So Muhammad Abbas Kakku's memory is very sharp. He is doing a very wonderful hifz. But apparently till now he is not inclined towards doing a hifz of Quran. But when we got to know this, when we did this thing, we made everyone to do the hifz. And I have a guideline for hifz as well. There are 5 or 6 steps to do the hifz. I will show it to you right away. But I will share with you the file. I can't explain it over here right now because we don't have much time for that. Even sorry, I've taken more time. I think I've taken your time as well. But very quickly, I have internet. Okay, net has a problem. In any case, we will look into it inshallah. I'll share with you in the group that thing. So collective point was you can always take any of the books which are available over there. This is a book written by Madiha Makki. It is a series of the books. She has explained wonderfully the rulings of Tajweed in a very easy manner. This is another English text that we are having, and we are having a TQC curriculum as well. Anytime you can refer to that as well. Now coming to the Tuesday session, which is about the living with the Quran. 40 minutes is living with the Quran, which is more concerned with the Quran quiz in this book. So what they did is they have selected a number of ayat. They have explained in a very nice manner about how you can implement the Quranic ayat into your life, in a day-to-day life. So it is more concerned with you. You are taking class 6. So Abbas Ali used to take class 6. So Abbas Ali can share a number of previous maybe PPTs or whatever things you have prepared from before. It will be useful, I think. Otherwise, every teacher has their own methodology of teaching. That is completely fine, respected. The collective point is that we have a curriculum. You can divide the curriculum based on the weeks that you are having available for you. Every Tuesday, you need to cover that portion that you are selecting for yourself. The way I went through a number of books, approximately 70 to 80 pages are there for the whole year. So you will divide it according to your weeks. We are having 25 weeks in a year. So you can divide those 80 pages into that time that you are having. This is it from my end. Collectively, we are looking more for discipline In terms of timings, we have kept this biometrical attendance now. So every teacher is going to do the biometrical attendance, even the students are doing the same. We are, with regards to the presentations, we are recommending to use the methodologies which are taking us to more involved class instead of having sort of one speech. So for example, this 50 minutes that I talked over here, it was one-sided completely. I haven't asked you because you were in a hurry. But for the classes, I'm requesting to make it more involving. You can always use the PPTs and technology. You can use boards. You can make them sit over here. You can sit over there. I never have seen Kambar Bhai sitting on this chair in his class. So Kambar Bhai is either sitting on that corner or is sitting on the table. And I never have seen where in Kambar Bhai's class people are sleeping or doing something else. His class, whenever I'm passing by, maybe it's a coincidence, but whenever I'm passing by, it's a comment. When I'm passing by, they are involved in class. Somebody is shouting over there, like youngsters. One person is standing over here, somebody is shouting, some other people are receiving the ideas, and Kambar Bhai is just making them calm down. So this is how I would say his class is one of the successful classes, alhamdulillah. So this is practically now we need such a class. Otherwise, our students are so, I don't know what would be the correct word to say, but some of the times they are having the capability to drive the teacher, do the frustrations, make them get frustrated and angry, and they have all means to do this. They will do everything to make you, distract from the main discussion of the teaching. They are capable of this. And unless you are proactive, they will take the class in their hands. You need to be proactive. You need to shout over there, you need to walk over there, you need to jump over there. We had exercise in the classes sometimes back, if you remember. Some of the teachers complain, students are sleeping over there. Some teachers complain, this happened, that happened. It is very much expected. Alhamdulillah, our boys are proactive, and that is why I would recommend you be proactive before they become. Thank you so much for your attention. Jazakumullah khaira. Sorry that I shared the things that you already knew and you are good at and you are better than me, but just as a formality, I presented these points in front of you. If there is any question, I will be expecting your questions in the group, not here, because I am looking for another word. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khaira. Assalamu alaikum.